We got to the house of this very elderly woman, and I said, can we count on you to get out and vote? You've got 15 minutes left. She said, no. I said, why not? She said, we're too old. We can't get out anymore. I said, we'll drive you. She said, well, we can't even make it to the car. I said, well, we'll carry you. She said, I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna call it a night. She closed the door. So I walked out into the street, and I said, you know, there's about 10 minutes left. There's no other person I'm going to be able to convince to get out to vote. I'm going to go give it another shot. So I went back to her door, and I pleaded, and she said, oh, all right. And so we went in, we helped her husband down the stairs, we got to the door, and we were about to walk out. She said, do I need anything? I said, well, you need some ID. She said, well, my husband hasn't been driving for 10 years. He's got no ID. So she had to go and scrounge up a bill. And so we brought them out. We got them to the car. There wasn't room enough for the two of us volunteers, to jump in with the driver. So we stayed behind where they tore off to the polling station to try and make it just before the polls closed. Sure enough, it started to rain. And where we were in the pouring rain, a few moments later, they came back. And I went to our volunteer driver and said, did you make it in time? He said, we made it 1 minute before. And they closed early. So I banged on the door, and they opened it up, and I said, you have to let them vote. So they went in and voted, and they came back out and exercised their democratic right. And so we were helping them back into the house, and just as they were about to go in the door, I took the lady by the hand, and I said, thank you, thank you, thank you for what you did. I know it wasn't easy. And she said, and who are you again? So I have no idea if she voted for me, but she voted for someone.